Hello and welcome to Pi-hole. Introduction to Pi-hole. In this series of video, we will learn what is Pi-hole, where to use it, how to use it. What we'll learn in this section is first, Introduction to Pi-hole. We will provide a deep overview of what is Pi-hole, what is its benefit, and how it works to block advertisements and tracker domains. Next, we will go on with installing and configuring Pi-hole on an Ubuntu server. We will create a step-by-step guide on installing and configuring Pi-hole software on an Ubuntu server. Include instruction on downloading the software and configuring Pi-hole to block ads, tracker domains, and malicious websites. Third, we will customize Pi-hole. This section will include how to add whitelist and blacklist to block advertisements and malicious domains to network users. In fourth section, we will go on with Pi-hole security, how to monitor Pi-hole, what are the tips and tricks on Pi-hole. We will discuss best practice for securing Pi-hole, demonstrate how to monitor Pi-hole performance and network traffic, and also explore advanced features and optimization such as DHCP, DNS, ad lists, block lists domain on Pi-hole. At the end, we will install Pi-hole on Docker. Introduction to Pi-hole. Pi-hole is network-level advertisement blocker that serves as a DNS sinkhole, preventing advertisements, tracker domains, and unwanted content from reaching any devices on the network. It can be laptops, desktops, mobile applications, and others. Pi-hole originally designed to run on Raspberry Pi. It's also able to be installed on PCs, virtual machines, and Docker containers. How Pi-hole works. Pi-hole functions as a DNS server. When a device on your network requests the IP address for a website or service, first Pi-hole intercepts the DNS query and check it against a block list of known ads serving and tracker domains. If the domain is on the block list, Pi-hole will sinkhole the request. It means it will return a null address or a response that prevents the unwanted content from loading. If the domain is not on the block list, Pi-hole forwards the request to an upstream DNS server, such as Google DNS Server or OpenDNS, to resolve the IP address as usual. What are the benefits of Pi-hole? Pi-hole is a network-level advertisement blocker. Improve network privacy, enhance performance, it's customizable and scalable, it's fast and free. What are the key features of Pi-hole? It has a web interface, device independence. It means it's not necessary to install on each device on a network. First, you configure it to an Ubuntu server and it will block all the malicious and advertisements to the whole network. It's able to work beside another DNS server. For example, you have a Windows Server DNS server on your network that already is solving the queries. But you want to use the function of blocking ads, domains, and malicious websites on Pi-hole. You can use these features beside of your Windows server. It's compatible with HTTPS and TLS. Pi-hole docs for additional features and benefits. Pi-hole docs. This is official website docs.pi-hole.net. Additional feature is easy to install. Pi-hole is very easy to install. Just with a few command lines, you can install Pi-hole less than 10 minutes. Resolute. Content is blocked in non-browser location. For example, it's not specific for one browser. The ads, malware, tracker domains will block from mobile apps, smart TVs, all devices that are connected to our network. It's responsive. Speed up fill everyday browsing by caching DNS queries. It caches all the queries for additional requests. It's lightweight, run smoothly with minimum hardware and software requirement. It's robust, it's very fast, insightful, a beautiful responsive web interface. Versatile, can optionally function as a DHCP server also. It's scalable. It's compatible of handling 100 millions of query when installed on server-grade hardware. It's modern because it works with IPv4 and IPv6. It's free and open source software. These are the ads that are not important that be in our network. We will block all these advertisements. Pi-hole has a user-friendly interface that shows the total queries that are requested from clients, those queries that are blocked in our network, percentage of blocks, domains that are providing advertisements that we want to block those domains. It has some settings that we will go on to each one step by step. These are the clients that are attached to our network. How Pi-hole work in here? First, the user want to access a domain that is located on public. For example, www.something. When the user want to request this domain, first its query comes to the DNS server, which is our Pi-hole that is located as a DNS server. Pi-hole will check its database as block list as at Pi-hole will check its database. If the request is located on the blacklist, Pi-hole will send a response of null to this user, that this user cannot access this domain. If the request is on whitelist, Pi-hole will allow the request of this user to access this domain. If this domain has advertisements, malicious links inside, Pi-hole will block all the links that are located inside of this website. When other user want to request another domain that is located on public, Pi-hole will check its request. If the request was on the whitelist, it come here and resolve with the open DNSs and back response to the user. If the request was on the blacklist that we blocked those domains earlier on our database, Pi-hole will send a null request to this user that this user cannot access the website. Again, in this page, this is a computer that want to access the internet domains. First, its request come to the Pi-hole server. It check its blacklist and whitelist. If the request was on the blacklist, it sinkhole the request and back response it to a null request that you cannot access this page. If the user request was on the whitelist, it will resolve it by a public DNS server, and the request will go on through the internet and come back its responses. If inside this domain or inside these web pages will be advertisements, malicious links, tracker domains, again the Pi-hole check inside of that website if there is some links that are malicious, it will block the links and you cannot access those links and those advertisements.